So we've been talking a lot about building your professional learning network or your PLN, and today I wanted to show you some of my favorite platforms for doing that, and that's Twitter. So go ahead and open up your web browser. I'm going to show you how to create an account a little bit, how to get that process started, but then also once your account is created, or if you already have an account, kind of how to navigate through the different options you have on the platform. So open up your browser and go to twitter.com. And once you do that, you'll see a web page kind of like this, depending on what the flavor of the day is for Twitter. So once I'm here, you'll notice that Twitter has so many different things you can check out. A lot of it is news related. That's actually how I got my first start with Twitter. Um, but you'll also notice that you can search different things, but then even here, even if you don't have an account, you can click on this magnifying glass and you can search hashtags or people without even having an account. So for example, hashtag edtech is one of my favorite hashtags I like to look at to keep in touch with technology and education. So if I type in hashtag edtech, then it'll take me to that hashtag. You'll notice that because I'm not logged in and I don't have an account, I can't post anything, but at least I can kind of see and read articles that are kind of taking place and being posted with that hashtag. So even if you're not quite ready to make the leap to jump into creating your own account, at least you can use Twitter as a tool to look up different articles and start expanding your knowledge in different areas by reading different blog articles. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and go back home to Twitter. So if you don't have an account, you'll notice there's a sign up, and it's your classic account creation. When you go to join Twitter, um, put in your name, fill out your email address. I don't really put my phone number, and then put in a password. And then once you do that, then the next page will take you over into actually creating your username for Twitter, which is called your Twitter handle, and that's going to be the way that people identify you. And then the next couple of screens as you go to create your account um, are your standard basic account creation tools. It might ask if you want your cell phone. Usually I skip that option just because I don't link my cell phone with my Twitter account. And then once you get into that, then you'll see some different options for looking up celebrity, connecting and building, a Twitter network. But usually I skip those steps and I just have a raw basic account where I'm not following anyway. That way I can build my own. So once you have your account created, or if you already have a Twitter account, then you can log in. As you create it, it'll automatically get in there for you. So let me go ahead and log in with my Twitter account. That way you can see what it's going to look like once you have your account created. Um, some of the things early on, you'll get to your profile page, which you can always get to by clicking your profile picture. Once you first create a Twitter account, most likely it's going to have some color with an egg. So in the Twitter world, um, usually the accounts that have eggs and stuff are accounts that might be spam. So it's always a good idea to put something there, even if you're not quite ready to jump in and put your face and an actual picture of yourself there. At least put a avatar or some other photo there. That way people know that that account is active and people are using it. It's always usually a good idea to put in your bio, which once you create edit profile here, over here, then you can start to see how you can start to customize your profile page. You can change your header, background photo, you can add your profile picture, put in your full name, you can change that. You can add a bio. Um, I don't think this one's 140 characters, I think it's a little bit more, but usually that bio is another indicator that the account's active and being used, and then you could put other things too, whatever you want to do. You can even change the theme color if you don't like the standard color that comes with once you create your profile. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get back out of here. And some of the things you'll see on your profile page, there's a number of tweets you've posted to keep track of how many tweets you've posted, how many people you follow, how many people follow you, how many likes you have. So if you see a post that you like, you can like it. If you click on this, it'll curate all the posts that you've liked. And then you can even create lists and moments. I'm not quite sure what that is. Haven't really dug into that much yet myself. And then on your profile page, these are all of your latest tweets or retweets that you've shared. So lately, I've been sharing a lot of good quotes that I've come across. All right, other things you have on your Twitter page is you have your home feed. This is where you see posts from people that you follow. Whether it's organizations or personal accounts of people, whatever they post or whoever you follow, whatever they post will show up right there. So that's your home feed where you'll see all of your information. So this is where it's important to really focus on who you want to include in your PLN, because if you follow the Kardashians and celebrities and that's your thing, then that's what your feed's going to look like. But if you want to create an account that's more for professional use where you can really learn from other educators and thought leaders, then you want to follow those types of people so that your feed gets populated with that information. Some other things you have is moments, which is, usually these are like top news stories and things like that. I don't spend much time in moments myself. Notifications, anytime somebody tweets and mentions you in their tweet with your Twitter handle, then it'll show up here. If people follow you, it'll show up here. And if people like your tweets or retweets that you send out, it'll show up here also. So this is a good way to stay in the loop and be a little bit more connected with your PLN based on their activity of how they interact with you and also if they follow you or not. As you start to gain followers, I usually check out who's following me, and then I start to kind of see whether or not once I click on their page, it takes me to their profile page and I can see what they tweet, and this is where I start to look at the types of things that they post to see if that's something I want to show up and populate in my home feed and include in my PLN. So I always check under notifications when people follow me, just a double check, and it's a good way to build that. And then you also have messages where you can send messages, individual private messages to people, or you can do group messages in there as well. It's a way to take it out of the Twitter sphere, so to speak, and make it a little bit more personalized and private so that you can communicate on deeper levels with people. This search Twitter, this is huge. This is where you type in, if you know accounts that you want to follow, or you want, specific hashtags you want to follow, this is where you type it in. So for example, I know there's a really good coach whose name's Ben Cogswell. He's one of the people I follow and follow on Tosa Chat. I know his name is Cogswell Ben because he and I follow each other. I can search him and kind of focus on what he's been tweeting lately and see what he's sharing there. And I can type in any account to do that. If I'm not following that person, then I can click here and it'll start following them. Or if I am following them and I don't want to follow them anymore, then you can also unfollow that way too. Also within this search, just like we did in the beginning of the video where we search hashtags, you can search hashtags here too. So like I said, Monday nights at 8, Tosa Chat is a really good hashtag and a really good education chat I join in. If I type in that hashtag, then I can see all the tweets that have been posted where people have used that hashtag. One of the cool things when you search hashtags, there's also the top tweets, the latest tweets, which is every single tweet that has been posted with that hashtag. So this tweet, for example, was posted 55 seconds ago with the Tosa Chat hashtag. I can look up people. So these are some of the top tweeters at this hashtag. This is a really great way to build that professional learning network because these are the people who are really active with this particular hashtag. So you see there's Cogswell Ben, Ben Cogswell, there's Kelly Martin, she's great to follow, Carly Mora, and then even just the Tosa Chat handle is good because then you can stay in the loop of things. If I were to switch over and go into hashtag EdChat, same thing. I can look up latest tweets and I can look up people who regularly tweet at that because EdTech is or EdChat is a global hashtag where educators are constantly posting things. this is probably a great starting point to just start looking at people and following them. Um, so Shelly Sanchez has a really awesome blog. You can click on her profile page, see what she tweets. You can also notice that she has 77,000 followers. So I imagine that what she posts is pretty good if she has that many followers. So this is probably a safe one to follow. I follow her myself, and I also read her blogs. So this is how you start to build your professional learning network. And the more people you follow, the more chances you have of people following you, and so they can learn from you as well. But the more people you follow, then it really populates that home feed. And if you check that, I check my home feed about 15 minutes every morning. A lot of people think I spend so much time on Twitter, but it's really not that much. I just check my home feed. I search specific hashtags. I join in the occasional education Twitter chats on a weekly basis, and that's how I've grown my PLN. And it has changed my philosophy on education. It has changed my life, my career. It's great to know that I can come here and find amazing articles, amazing people that will constantly challenge me and make me think about things so that I constantly have that growth mindset. So that's a little bit about Twitter. Follow me, and if you want to know more, then tweet at me or message me, and I'll be happy to continue to show you some more with Twitter and building your PLN. Thanks, guys, for watching.